Well, hello, sir.
Well, hello, sir. Still looking straight up
Welcome.
on the chicken house, and we can see the chickens just a little bit through the slats of boards.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Roger that. Yep. Welcome back for
So,
part two of Puff Pass Puff this time. We're going to do some stuff on the chickens. We're going to bullshit, hang out, back at it for round two. How's your internet working?
oh yeah,
I gotta
come
grab
through loud
a.
and clear.
I'll be back.
You've already gone live, hadn't you?
Yep. Yep. We're live.
Yep.
We're going to get these guys some fresh water and food.
See if anybody pops up in the chat. There's Tiger. First one here, Tiger.
Tiger, welcome back. We're going to do part two. Hang out.
And Tiger says, "You're back."
You're back. We are back, Jack.
Cigar Prepper said, "What's up?"
Did that help with the brightness at all?
Just a little bit, yes. Joe
All right.
Morgan says, "Morning again." G-Ma Nana says, "Hey."
What's up, y'all?
Everybody come on in, pull you up a chair. This is round two.
Let's see.
So what you doing, Hillbilly?
So I got to these chicks I just got 6 blue Wyandottes. So they're set up here in this brooder, and I got to get them food and water and get them set up. I just picked them up this morning.
Ohio says, "Should I even say hi? Last time I did, you ended it."
I would take it personally.
What's up, Ohio?
So what's going on, y'all? Poppets, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I am here.
I had some more bee questions, but I went squirrel.
It happens. It happens.
Right?
We're about to start feeding them again, so they can start building up their winter supply. But what we'll do is we'll cut down the homemade syrup, uh, basically cut the sugar down in it, because we don't want to feed them heavy right now or run into the same problem. Build it too fast before winter gets here. somewhere about October, we'll take it back to about a 50-50 mixture with sugar and water. Right now, we're cutting it down to about a 25 to 75, 25 being sugar, 75% being water.
Are you do
But
you
other than
have the
that, man,
space
we took,
to eventually do? Are you gonna do like flower fields and shit for them to get away from the having to buy the feed kind of stuff? Is that an option in the future?
yeah, they seem to find pretty good pollen around here where we're at, even though we have a lot of pines. But with the rich communities all around me, that's less than a mile away through the woods, they plant a lot of expensive shrubbery and flowers and stuff that help my bees that they can't find like natural stuff like popular. We have a lot of popular tree around here. They do love those during the bloom time, but it takes 15 years for a popular tree to mature enough for the bees to be able to even benefit from it. So it's not something I can just plant on my property and expect any type. So yeah, we're doing big fields of wildflowers. Bees actually love lily pad flowers. That's like some of their shit right there. Some of their favorite stuff.
What? Can you repeat that?
Yeah,
Can you
different type
repeat
of
that?
flower. We always plant enough flower pollinators in our garden anyway. Go ahead, Gilbo.
Can you repeat that flower name? I didn't hear it.
The flower
Which
name?
part?
I said
Yeah.
water
What?
lily flower.
Oh, water lilies. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Joe, Ohio, Gma, Michigan. What's up? Thanks for coming back. We're doing round 2, taking care of these new chicks.
This is the Guilt Trip Live.
Yeah, they
Word.
guilt tripped and peer pressured me into doing part 2.
How many
We'll take
Ohio
this later.
acts do they produce winter honey?
Do what?
Do they produce winter honey?
Not really. They are doing more eating of the honey than they are producing because they can't produce it. Basically, they're living off of what they stored up. That's
So
why it's only
you only
good to
harvest in like the spring?
take honey out of the hive well before they need to build back up for the winter.
So what? You harvest in the spring and then midsummer, something like that, and then let them store the rest up for winter.
Yeah, somewhere about late summer you can harvest. Anytime probably up to about last month you could harvest. I think was generally the cutoff time for our region that they want to do it. Now it does different in different climates. Somewhere where you have shorter winters, more upstate, they would probably have to do it at a month earlier or for a cutoff time. But and you would have to do more hives because you don't want to really when you empty a hive of the honey, you don't want to take everything out of it. That's why you have certain chambers you leave to the bees. They even have
We
what
say
they
about
call a
70%.
queen excluder. Do what?
What kind of percentage do you take? Like 70, leave 30 kind of thing?
Yeah, that's a good number to go with 75, 25, anything like that. You don't have to be too cautious about that because at the right time of the year, if you're taking it towards the later part of it, be a little bit more cautious, a little more generous about leaving some, just because you know their time limit to be able to work and build back what you're taking away is going to take them time.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
Do you still
you'll
have to
still
feed
feed
them?
them through the winter time as well. You will feed them through the winter time. If and it's a lot of different factors. I even take and I go over there and I kind of lift up on my hive a little bit, and it tells me by the weight. I can tell by the weight of it that they either they're stacked real well or they need some help. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
About how big of a field do you think it would take to do 3 boxes of bees roughly, to where you didn't have to supplement the food?
Um, Probably for bees and knowing the size of the hive. I mean, as the hive grows, the demand's going to grow, but you do have a certain number of the bees that are just going to be worker bees. They're going to help. They're going to be like a nurse. They kind of help work the inside. The way bees work is really cool. They'll go out. You have the ones that are scouts, and they'll go out. They'll get the nectar. They'll get the pollen. They'll get whatever they find out there. They'll bring it back, and they actually drop it off at the entrance of the hive. And you have the little worker bees that actually takes it from them right there inside of it. And they'll go inside and they'll either feed like the larvae. You used to have certain bees that are kind of take care of the babies. They're the nursing bees, and they'll feed some of it to the larvae so they grow. And then some of it is stacked away. So it's like a constant little battle. Some bees are over here stacking away for the winter, and you got the queen trying to go around through the other empty cells and lay in larvae. So with the bees' life process cycle, they die off, pretty quick compared to our type of idea of lifespan. So they'll die off. I'm trying to remember how many days it is. It's not many. They don't live long, like 56 days, something of that nature. I may be wrong. I'm still learning a lot of shit myself, but so they're constantly, the queen's got to be laying and reproducing the next colony. And if you don't leave her enough room, you could choke out your own beehive with too much honey, too much comb, too much stacked away, and it'll cause them to start swarming, and then they'll either go off and die or they'll go move somewhere else. Sometimes they'll swarm and they'll go move into a tree somewhere. That's why you see these random hives uh, of bees, and people just have to come and they'll call the bee collectors and they'll come out and get them, where they're just out in nature, and they'll put them back in a box into a controlled hive. So it's one of those things that you do have to tend to, but not as bad as chickens. If you get that, and quail, you know how they are, and rabbits, where you got to kind of watch them about every day. Um, Bees, if you're doing it right, you can leave them alone and let them do their thing.
How often do
You
you
have
feed
other
them?
factors like moths, mites. You got other bees that'll come in and try to kill, like wasp, hives of wasp, a lot of different things, ants, but there's tricks for that. Swiffer sheets in the top of your hive, sitting on top of the trays inside of the box, will catch beetles. They'll try to get in there and eat the larvae. And moths will try to get in there and eat the wax. So you can put in some mothballs, but just make sure that they're the unscented mothballs. They have to be just the um, plain, you know what I mean, mothballs, old timey mothballs. Um, as far as ants, I I live in a real big ant area, and they're not a big problem. They haven't been yet. Let's put it that way. So there's little things you do. Mite treatment's a little bit different. You can buy some treatment, but you have to make a slot on the back of your beehive that you can put a little bit of that treatment on a card and just slide it in, so you don't open and disturb the hive. Um, and you just slide that card in, and you do it about once a week for a month. So, and that takes care of mites, because bees will get little mites on them that'll kill them if it's gone untreated. Matter of fact, it can kill your whole hive. That's just some of the things you have to learn on the fly. How often do I feed them? I put out 4 jars and big quart jars of mixed sugar water, and they can go through the size of my hive, which is about 3 tiers of boxes. One hive can go through those 4 jars in damn near a day when it's real hot.
Oh,
On cooler days, they'll drink less, take less. So that gives you an idea.
You have you been doing bees for a while?
But if you're No, probably just a little over a year now.
Okay, because I just got gifted a hive and a bunch of stuff to go with it um, in like the beginning of summer. And so I was hoping for next spring that I was going to, you know, try to start a hive here. So I'll reach out to you and we'll talk about it this winter and see what I got to do to get ready for that.
Oh yeah, man. I'll tell you. I mean, and like I said, it's all been a learning process for me. But when I learn something, I kind of absorb myself in it and try to learn. And I like to seek a lot of outside sources. So in other words, what I mean is I've got a bee guy here that I got my hive from. I take a lot of the information that he has about the area, but not everything about bees. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot more than one way of always doing something, and there's people that have learned something that maybe my guy hasn't. But as far as the
Right.
trees for the area that the particular bees feed on, the foliage, I definitely listen to him about that stuff because he raised his bees now for over 20 years in this area. So he knows what they're eating, what they have around. But I've learned some other things. In Ohio, I seen your comment. I don't think I've ever watched the Honeystead, but it does sound familiar. There's another guy that I pick up um, on. He has a YouTube channel. I watch some of his stuff. He seems very informative too. But you just listen to different people and you learn stuff, and you also learn what not to do. Because some people they're putting out good, honest information, but what they don't take for granted is like I'm not just talking to people that are around me. I'm talking to people that are sometimes in different countries, and they don't quite explain well that this works for where I'm at. It may not work for you where you're at.
Because I've been studying up on it because I want to do the wildflower field, but I'm trying to because different plants make different taste in honey, and what I mean, some flowers can actually be toxic and make fuck around and make poison honey. You know what I mean? So
Yes, yes,
paying
and
attention
that's
to
something that a
that
lot of people
pollution.
don't realize is what's in your environment is a big play on what kind of honey you'll get because they are just basically taking. So, for instance, if you take, there's certain plants that you don't want them taken from. Azaleas is one of them. It makes a toxin honey if they just have like a bunch of azaleas to pull pollen from. So if you're living in like a community where there's a lot of azaleas nearby, or maybe
Cool.
even by a nursery that's raising a bunch of azaleas might want to watch, that kind of
Yeah.
shit. But also the same thing can be
Poison
said
stuff.
if you're living near some fields where they're spraying poison on the shit. That also can affect your hive. What's up, Ghost?
I mean, that would be a fun experiment to do, though. Like if you had an isolated room to raise a beehive and try to figure out how you can make the most
Oh yeah,
toxic honey possible.
yeah, no, right. And people have done that. They put them in controlled environments with the right plants that they can only take from that. And with the feeding process, they've made toxic honey. I think there's a thing out there called mad honey.
Oh yeah, that
If you look it
hallucinogenic
up on
honey.
the
Yeah.
interwebs,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah.
I have done extensive research on that. Yes.
Now I'll tell you something else. Right here in our region, and matter of fact, they said that they don't know of any other place that this happens at, but we get a purplish blue honey from a particular plant around here that the bees make. That shit'll come out. I mean, just like some honey's golden, some of it's amber or dark amber. Depends on which plant. Some of it's got a red hue. Um, Around here, they've got a particular plant that they're getting it from, and they haven't quite put their finger yet on what it is. They think it may be sour gum blossoms, but it makes a purplish blue honey.
Hmm.
Huh.
So yeah, no Know your plants too if you're going to get bees.
Yes. But yeah, man, if you plant like a wildflower, make sure that you do the research on which ones that actually bring nectar that the bees will use, because there are a lot of wildflowers that. Is that some of your carrots, hillbilly?
Yeah, there's some carrots. Yeah, the first year I've really grown them. Some of them are long and thin. Some of them are short and stubby.
Yeah, that soil's got to be loose as fuck for carrots, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems that way. Maybe mix some sand in there or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out for next year. Try again.
You get a couple blocks of, you got raised beds, right?
Yeah.
You can get a couple blocks of that cocoa core stuff and hydrate it. That makes good filler.
Oh yeah. And
You
I
can get a
probably
couple
should
Yeah.
get a brick of that. What's that pearly white stuff? Perlite.
perlite, perlite
Perlite.
vermiculite.
Yeah, vermiculite. Yep. I should probably mix some of that in there. Check the chat while I'm over here. 14 of y'all. What's up? Ohio, Gma, Ghost, Tiger. Yeah, they are blue wyandottes. Blue wyandottes. I don't
Yeah,
need more
just remember that some flowers are butterfly flowers, and some flowers are bee flowers, and some flowers are hummingbird flowers. There's
Yeah.
it does
Yeah.
make a difference.
Yeah. I've noticed the hummingbird
And
flowers
know the
really like
difference
the gold.
between your bumblebees and your carpenter bees. That makes a difference too. Some of them are healthy for your garden, and other ones just drill unnecessary holes in all your shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And bumblebees are your friend.
Yes, they are. And for those of you that don't know, a bumblebee is actually a little bit shorter than a carpenter bee. It's more rounded off on the end, even though they have the same color pattern. They're usually a little more stubbier bees.
Yeah, I need to make some. I got to make some butterfly boxes, and I got to make some bee houses. Get them set up out there throughout the field.
I got a good pattern here for some bat boxes I want to make.
Yeah, I need to make some of those too. Do a video on it
Man,
so I
some
can
of the
copy your shit.
best fucking garden I've ever fucking grown, and I even tried growing some shit in it too. Man, was had some good herb grown out of it. Bat guano.
Yeah, that shit's so fucking expensive though. See, that's what I'm figuring. I'm gonna get a. It'll probably be 20 foot. It might not even be that high. Maybe I'll see, because about 20, 25 foot is where I was wanting it, but I want to put a pole right in the middle of my compost pile. That way, the bat box just instantly
Yep,
just shit drops straight into the compost pile. All I got to do is mix.
exactly. Yeah, a lot of people, man, they don't realize when you put them up in trees with branches over top of it, the bats don't like that. They they don't
They
like
got
it
to
as
have that
much as
open
people
space.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to have that open space, and they like it high up in the air.
So yeah, I figure if I can get a couple of those going, that should give me a hell of a fucking boost to the compost pile. Between the rabbits, the birds,
Oh yeah,
and the bats, man, my soil is gonna be fucking nice. You throw in some biochar logs on top of that. Oh yeah,
yep. There used
now
to
it's
be
just a
a
matter of
guy
stuff.
that had Batman on the side of his truck, and all he did was he went around and he cleaned out soffits around in these nice homes around here where the bats had got up in their soffits and just made nests and just shit for years, man. Especially some of these older homes. He'd go through there and just tear off the bottom board on the soffit, and just all that money would just flow out right there. He'd have a tarp, he'd catch it and bag it and sell it.
Fuck yeah, that shit'll kill you too, though. What disease do you get from breathing bat shit?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, that can screw you up. Damn, what is that? Now I'm gonna have to Google it.
Right. It causes some weird. I mean, like it's an extreme situation you'd have to be in, but you know what I mean. Didn't they say that's like
Yeah, if
a
you're
lot of
around
days?
it, breathe.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, to say, yeah, if you're around breathing it a lot, I can imagine it's going to be real bad for you.
Isn't that what they said back in the day? Whenever people went through caves, there was that layer of noxious gas that would kill you. Didn't they say that was that from
Yeah.
bat
Yep.
shit?
I think from bats, yeah, the guano that was piling up, bat guano that was piling up where the bats would nest at.
Histoplasmosis.
Yeah, histoplasmosis is what I'm coming up with. You are correct, Ohio.
But you basically
Affects
got to
the
be up on
lungs.
that.
Yeah.
But either way, if you can get your hand on a couple bags of bat shit, do it, because it's man, 1,000% insect diet
Yes.
is all they have. That's that is the you can't get nothing better than that.
Right. But no, you got a country that wants to feed us the insects.
Right. They sell it at the store. Yeah.
Then next they'll be telling us we got to collect our own shit and put it on our gardens if we want one.
And then they
Will
tax.
you-
I'm surprised they don't have a fucking toilet flush tax.
Will you eat worms if you had to?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not against the whole
No
eating
hesitation.
bugs thing. I'm against the being forced to eat bugs as if it's the you know what I mean.
Yes.
I look at it
And
like
the whole
the
sneaking
same
it
way I look
in on your shit too.
the vegan and vegetarian shit. Like, I ain't got nothing against y'all. I just don't give two fucks about what you're talking about. You know what I mean? It's the same
Yeah,
thing with
so
the
don't-
bug eaters,
Right.
Yeah.
Don't tell me I got to eat it.
right? Like, I'm not opposed to it. Shit, if it's gonna keep you alive, why disregard it as a fucking a protein source? It makes no sense. But if you're
But
like, oh,
also,
let's
I look at
do
it like this: why is it I trust the crickets and worms if I got to catch them? I trust them a lot more than the ones that they're trying to feed to me through a powder.
right? I don't need your processed bugs. I got all natural.
Right?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I don't trust anything that they try to force out of a fucking throat.
Ohio says I found an amendment at Rural King that has guano, fish, and crab emulsion. Trying it out.
Nice. That'd be yeah. Like if I need to go down to the creek here sometime too and throw out the shad net, see how many minnows and shad I can get, and come back and just dump that
Yep.
shit into compost as well. Yeah. Any
Man, we
like
used to rot fish heads when we went fishing a whole lot. We would take the fish heads, man, after we cook up the fish and rot them in buckets, make that natural nitro, and water that shit down. Man, it used to be great for the garden.
watch out for the coons though. Them sons of bitches will come and take them motherfuckers out.
Yep. Yeah, they'll dig them right up.
Like if you got like a 5-gallon bucket with a lid, or you know a bunch of 1-gallon water jugs, and you got a creek or something near you, go down and stir that up and get you some of that silty creek water, a couple gallons of it. Pour that shit on your garden. You know what I mean? I'm telling you,
Yeah.
your garden will thank you. Even if you're just, you know what I mean, 5-10 gallons, a couple jugs at a time. Get some of that silty creek water. Oh yeah.
Good shit, huh?
Oh, fish fucking there, man. You know what I mean? It's
Oh,
everything
yeah,
in the water is perfect for your garden. Everything in creek water.
Exactly.
You got rotted like you get clams, crawdads, minnows. You know what I mean? Fish shit, uh, all kinds of deer shit. You know what I mean? Just everything that's in nature. Just natural elements from
Yep.
the soil around it. It's
yeah, I
like
mean, it
steroids.
makes total sense.
That would be nice, Joe. But I look the more vegans there are, the lesser the price of meat. So
Yep.
Yeah, but it totally makes sense, eh?
really, really,
Doesn't help when they set up a society though. It makes it, if you're a poor person, you get by a lot more on crappy shit food. That's why it's even more important people realize you got to grow your own food.
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, aquarium water. Like if you can get like a 20-gallon aquarium, fuck around and
Yeah.
throw a piece of chicken wire over top of it, and make you a little makeshift hydro setup. Boom, you're gonna have the freshest fucking most awesome tasting shit, and it's pretty easy too to set up an aquarium thingy. You know what I mean? There's videos all over the YouTubes, but the same principle. You know what I mean? If you got a goldfish tank, that's perfect water. Anything from fish is
Yeah.
good.
Oh shit. Yeah, yeah. I used to have fucking Oscars back in the day.
Oh,
75-gallon tank. I used to feed them fucking things raw hamburg, hot dogs, fucking goldfish. They're badass, man.
that's the way to do it. If you can get a
A lot of
designated feeder, like say you go down to the creek and you catch, you know what I mean, a couple dozen shad, throw them bitches in the blender, make a nice little fucking slurry out of it, and then pour that. That way you know it's going to get mixed in, and you ain't got to worry about critters coming and
Yeah,
digging up
yeah.
the fish heads and taking
Ha-
your shit.
Have
yeah.
you done that personally with like your lady plants?
Not to the extent of getting a blender and shit. That's the goal eventually, because it just
Yeah.
makes more sense. But yeah, I this year I didn't do it, but the last couple years, go down there, get a little butterfly net, hit the creek, 15, 20 little minnows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In each just
Yeah, I
stir
mean,
them in.
a few years ago, I fucking buried full pike underneath my plants, and that did amazing. That was the year I had fucking 11-foot plants, dude. Those shit was unbelievable.
And if you got raised
Yeah,
beds, go
cigar
ahead and buy.
prepper. I used to have a 75-gallon tank that I raised some red pacu in. Is that what you've got? Red pacus?
The hell is a pachu?
It's a pacu. It's a type of fish. It looks a lot like in the piranha family. If you can imagine a
Oh,
piranha. We uh we had a couple of the what they call a red pacus, and they have a red
Hillbilly.
tendency.
Backwards
It kind of comes
is in the
from
backstage.
them.
You got somebody waiting, Hillbilly.
But they get pretty damn.
I had a buddy that had a couple of those fucking piranhas, and I think are they an Asian fish?
I think so.
Because I think when I was driving the truck, it was it was full blown Chinese company, and they had a giant aquarium, and I think they had some of those. It's like four times the
Or
size of a piranha.
South America possibly. Hey, hillbilly.
Hillbilly.
Is he like away from his own live stream?
I think so, yes. We're trying, Backwoods. We're trying. Or maybe he hears us and just knows that it's Backwoods. That's why he's taking his time.
That could be it right there. You may have just hit the nail on the head.
All right. Hillbilly.
We are trying though, Backwoods.
Hillbilly.
Got him making emoji faces back here. Come on, Hillbilly. Right, Ohio? Fucking rookie.
Oh, you don't want to know how much of a diva he was trying to figure out where to set that goddamn camera. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
Hillbilly.
I got him.
Man,
Jesus Christ. I was just here a minute ago.
It's been more like 7 minutes.
had to get a rollback, man, for that truck. He works for the company, so one of his buddies just run up here, and he wasn't too far off. That thing is pouring fuel like a motherfucker out of that fuel rail. It's got a fuel rail on it, and that one of them connections, man. It was just like, dude, there's a puddle this big around just where he started it quick enough to just pull it up on the rollback. There's like a puddle like this big around of fuel.
Damn.
Throw a match on it.
What is it? Is it like an injector, or is it just where it like goes in?
It's fuel injection, and it's got a fuel rail that goes to each one of the injectors, and the little rail where it connects to the injector is where it was coming out at. So something's not right, and it's on the back fucking cylinder, up underneath the, so it's like you can't hardly get to it. He's gonna have to take some shit apart. So, but it was a nice damn motor in that thing, man. It's been roused, so it's got a supercharger and all that shit on it, and the high dollar coil packs and shit like that, and the different computer. He said it'll run like a fucking dog a day.
Why'd you turn your camera off? We were enjoying the view.
Because I'm coming into the shed to roll another joint.
Yeah, Tiger, I've heard about that. The ethanol eating up the O-rings and shit. Yeah, it's we've got a gas station down the road that sells like gasoline. It's not the ethanol based. It's a little more expensive, but that's usually where I get my fuel from, especially for my mowers and weed eaters and shit. Teresa, Ohio, G Monana, how y'all doing?
Well, we were up here talking about bees and bats and fish water. That was pretty much the extent of it.
Well, that's a dumb conversation, and I want to change the subject.
Well, what would you like to talk about, Princess?
I don't have anything particular I want to talk about. I just don't want to talk about that dumb shit.
I do believe that Hillbilly is finally ready to rant for us.
No, he's not. Stop it. We had this talk, bro.
Ohio wanted a rant.
Hillbilly's gonna roll a joint. Let the computer charge a
You don't
little
need
bit.
to smoke anymore. I'm cutting you off right now. Just sit it down. Just sit it down.
Sit
it down.
Shut it.
Little boy. I'm gonna need you to just sit it down.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to relax.
You ain't ready. You ain't ready, man. I'm telling you, don't do it.
Lower your voice. Lower your voice when you talk to me.
It is noted. I told him not to do it. I gave him my counsel and he refused it. So anything that happens beyond here is his own fault.
What they say in the 80s, just say no.
All right. Don't do it.
That's what I'm
Saturday,
doing.
man. Saturday. Backwoods, now's your chance, bro. Twist one up, pack one up. Let's go.
I got to go to Public here in a little bit.
Even more of a reason
don't
to
like
smoke.
No, I don't like to. I don't like doing that shit,
High in the grocery store. So
man.
you spend a lot of money high in the grocery.
Man, I was out here one night and man, I got fucking high as shit, man. My old lady come out, she's like, I need to she said, I forgot to get the dog food and stuff. She's like, you want to come with me? And I was like, yeah, I didn't want her to go to the Wally World, after dark like that. Like, it's like 10 o'clock. Man, I went up there and I was fucking looking at people and shit. I was like, God dang, man, y'all motherfuckers. Man, I can't do it. I want to talk about people and shit.
That's why I don't do it in public. I think everybody's looking at me. I'm like, hey, you held that. Why that was 2-second glance, bro. What the fuck? You got something? You want to say something? You know
Right.
People watching at the Walmart when you're high is the best fucking thing to do. I don't know where the fuck you're from.
No, I am. I mean, it works for you because you can hide underneath the toilet paper rolls and behind carts and shit. But like grown folk size men who stand a little bit taller than most folks, you know what I mean? Like we kind of stand out.
Backwoods, don't fucking laugh, bro. You're fucking shorter than I am. You shut your
But he's got a beard on his face, so he stands out. He can't blend in. It's hard to be gray man because I'm realistically, how many people in this world walk around with beards this fucking big? We stand out. It's hard to people watch when we're the people being watched.
Right. And I can laugh all I want to.
You're right. It is
Bro,
your
I
right
get them
to
beard
be able
stares
to
all the
laugh. You're
fucking time, man.
Did he just try to suppress my freedom of speech?
Full
Oh
blown.
God, do you want to report my video? And that's what people like to do on YouTube, right? They're taking your freedom of speech and then report your video.
Yeah.
I feel a fresh rant brewing.
It does. It does seem like an oppressed rant is buzzing.
No, I'm gonna share a screen. Let's see if I can do this here. Here we go. Boom. Boom.
What are you sharing?
It's a song.
Well, I don't want to sit here and just listen to a song and be quiet. That don't make no sense. That's just weird.
Well, we can.
You're just sitting here being quiet, listening to a song.
Well, no, we can break it apart, and make fun of it. 3 minutes and 16 seconds long.
I feel like this is not going to be as entertaining as it is in your head, but we'll go with it just to find out.
Listen, bro, don't do it. I tried that shit the other night on my channel, man. There's like 6 people dropped out.
No matter what you say, someone's losing their ever-loving mind. It's like they're looking for a reason to have their fragile feelings hurt.
We all know who John Rich is, right? Big and Rich.
Big and Rich. Yeah.
Every single time my country truck,
I thought that was Buddy
I
Holly.
gas it up.
Too loud.
You got your fancy Tesla hooked up to a plug. I know you're mad. You think I'm bad. Cause I'm breathing free at last and you're still stuck behind your mask and I'm offended. You're offended.
I was playing. Oh, what happened? Oh, shit. That was supposed to be an applause button. Jesus Christ. See,
Now it's going to all your favorites.
I fucked everything up. See that?
Is that Britney Spears over there?
I think so.
I don't know how to get it back now.
Joe Morgan, you ain't missing nothing.
I'm offended. You're offended. I heard that song this morning. I had the fucking YouTube music playing for the dogs.
Yeah, I never really cared for Big and Rich. They seemed to what's that? Top 40s hit type.
It's that bro country.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely kind of is.
It's like they're like the Florida Georgia lines and the, you know what I mean, the dime a dozen motherfuckers.
Yeah. They did one good song that's like November the 8th or something, and it was about, it was about
Save a horse, ride a cowboy. Yay! It was the fucking slut anthem for a summer. Woo! That ain't enough to be like, yeah, you're the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like now.
Man, I mean, honestly, it's very rare I listen to country music. If I do, it's Willie Waylon, you know, the old school fellers, you know,
Yeah.
that type of country, outlaw country, you know, red dirt shit like that. That's the kind of shit I listen to. But other than that, I'd rather listen to fucking heavy metal and rap.
Don't do it. Don't light it. Just hold it in your mouth like a professional, but don't light it. Don't you suck on that. Don't you dare suck on that, hillbilly. Don't inhale that shit. I'm telling you. All right. Try to help some people, man. Wasn't he complaining about that? That was his whole excuse.
I went and did something.
That was
now I
the
feel like I
topic.
need to smoke more. I can't just stand here and not smoke weed.
Why not?
That sounds like a little more than just a habit now.
It sounds like it's a deeper issue.
I have chronic back pain.
So, Hillbilly, do you have problems standing still? And that's an honest question. That's, not trying to say nothing, but do you feel like you always got to be moving? Kind of like always got to be doing something.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That explains your high. That explains your high anxiety when you do sit still.
That's why I smoke weed.
But it makes you.
It's one of those things, man. You got to learn to turn it on and turn it off. There's a time when it's time to chill and relax, and your heart will thank you for it later in life.
Right?
It's bug Chimo.
Talk to me, Hillbilly. You got this live going. You're sitting here looking into the camera all
I'm looking at the chat. I'm not looking at y'all.
We'll talk to them. People are here to hear your voice, see your face.
We're smoking this joint, smoke time, and then I'm gonna go out and clean the horse paddock. So that's what we're doing.
I'm gonna literally see how little I can do today. Like literally gonna see how little I can get accomplished today.
That's your mission.
That's my mission.
Hey, get rid of the comment. I'm trying to help you multitask here. All right. Hey, while you're here, let me go ahead and all right, on the right side of your screen, you see how there's comments, brand, shit like that?
Yep.
Go over to brand. It's brand, right? It's got the music and the clips.
Yep.
Go all the way down to the bottom. Do you see the sample music?
Video clips, background
Music all the way to the bottom.
No. Oh, yeah, dance pop. Yeah.
All right, you see
Add
a little
music.
square that's got a plus sign in it.
Yeah, it says add music.
You hit that, but it's whatever you got downloaded to your laptop, you can download to StreamYard, and that's how you play it through there.
Oh,
That's how
I don't
you
have
share
anything
your own music.
downloaded. I don't have anything downloaded to my laptop. It's just downloaded to like YouTube.
Well, you need to download it to your laptop.
Through the app.
I do. I will do that. I will do that.
It's on your mind, Backwoods.
What are you guys doing today?
Just nothing really.
So I went and talked to remember Backwoods. I called you the other day about that thing.
Ohio, if there's no video, it didn't happen. You take a video of that shit. Vanilla Ice is, hey, another American fucking hero. I'm just saying.
Is she serious or is that a joke?
She's serious.
She said dead serious.
He's playing Vanilla Ice is playing at a fucking zucchini feast.
He's he's big into the real estate. You never watched them shows where he was remodeling them fucking mansions and shit down in Florida?
No.
Vanilla Ice.
I know him as Vanilla Ice, and I know that he was a dirt biker. That's all I know of him.
Oh yeah, he's got stupid money in fucking real estate, man. Stupid. And he's got the. Have you heard the metal version of Vanilla Ice?
No.
Don't look it up now. Look it up later.
No, I won't. Yeah. So yeah, Backwoods. So I went and stopped and talked to that guy about the thing that I was talking to you about. And dude, I don't know if this guy has got a fucking habit he's trying to support or what the fuck, but he gave me the most outrageous number that I could fucking think of for what I was looking to do.
Really?
Yeah. $700. $700.
To do what?
Well, I don't know.
To fucking design and ink something up.
I mean, honestly, if you want, well, never mind, because I don't want to give nothing away. So I won't say anything.
I'm totally going somewhere else. I'm totally gonna go ask somebody else. This other place that did something else for me along the same lines.
Why are y'all up here having a private conversation? Like,
all right, I'm getting a tattoo designed, and yeah, I went and got. I want to get a tattoo design, so I went and talked to my local tattoo shop, and this guy is fucking. He's high on something. I'll tell you what.
You get what you pay for, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah.
If you're going for a tattoo artist, you don't want the guy with the best price. You know what I mean?
No, but I also don't want the guy that looks like he's strung out on heroin either.
It doesn't matter what you shit. Don't describe. That's usually the motherfucker who will give you the best shit. Because it's the low life.
Best way to hunt for a tattoo is look for previous customers he's worked on. If he's a good tattoo artist, he'll have a portfolio. And you gotta look at tattoo is one area you don't want to fuck around in because that's forever ink. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever gets put on your body is what's there.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the only reason I ain't got sleeved out yet is because I don't trust anybody enough to put in the detail that I want. And the ones that I do, I ain't no way in hell I'm affording that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about
getting. Still need video or it didn't happen.
That's why the boy has been practicing his tattooing skills. He's got 3 or 4 people under his belt now that he's done tats on. His lines are clean and shit. He's getting his shading down. So I'm like, shit. Here in about 2 years, I'm gonna just have the boy fucking sleep me out for free. Like shit.
Yep.
I remember Funky Cole. That's fucking 90s. That's early 90s shit right there.
Fern Jolie was my shit.
I think I might get a $100 bill tattooed on my thingy. That way, my old lady can blow 100 anytime she gets ready.
Or that way, I think you could probably only fit like a rolled up 100 on there. And you'd be like, hey, you want to snort a line or something?
Well, there wasn't enough room for the zero, so it's actually a dollar bill. So,
right. But who needs Frankie when you got Washington?
Couldn't even get a 10 spot out of it, huh?
No.
Well, when it grows, it might.
Jesus. I thought
Yeah.
about getting. I've been thinking about getting a tattoo. I don't know. I ain't never had one.
It's a
Where-
good pain.
Where would you get one if you were to get one?
Probably just the arm.
I would
Yeah,
say
I'm just
the,
gonna
the
say
places
one
that get
fucked
the
up
most
thing
sun
is
are
that-
going to be the easiest. You know what I mean? Like the spots.
Any man that can get a tattoo while his shit's in boner mode is a fucked up motherfucker. I'm just gonna say.
Anybody piercings, any of that shit down there, you're just fucking. You're weird. Fucking weird.
Yep.
Yeah, Ohio, the ribs hurt really bad. I got one on my rib cage too. That fucking shit hurt.
Collarbone. It's the collarbone is a motherfucker. I did when I was doing these ones. I had him run some test lines up here because I was gonna bring him around and shit. And I was like, nope, we're not gonna do that. Not in this situation anyway.
Yeah.
The back of the neck on the spine is no joke either.
Yep. I've got one of those too on the back of my neck. When he was doing it, he was hitting like the spine at the top of the flames, and I could feel it in my fucking brain. That shit was weird as fuck.
I think you need to get a Donald Duck.
I see you
Put
back
them,
with-
what you giggling at?
The fuck you laughing at?
I don't know. He was talking about his back and getting hit so hard or something from
Oh.
it hurt so bad from behind or some shit. I don't know. He's talking about he felt it in his neck.
Yeah, I knew what he was. I knew what he was laughing at because
Blew his neck
he
out.
broke out.
Why are you always turning it fucking gay?
I'm
You're
not
always
the one
you're
who
always
said it.
thinking that way. I'm starting to have second thoughts
I'm not the
about
one who said it. I'm just.
What do you have against gay people? You say that like it's a bad thing.
All right.
it. Oh, here we go with that shit.
Right, Joe Morgan?
Why you would even fucking do that shit is crazy.
You need to change your name to Smith and Wesson because you are easily triggered, sir.
Well, I'm good.
I'll be glad when this weekend's over. I mean, I'll hate it because it's Monday and then I got to work, but
the tour will be gone.
God dang, I'll be glad when they're fucking gone. Tried to go down there to the store. Well, I tried to go down to the convenience store yesterday morning because they always have a really good sausage and cheese biscuits down there. They make all their biscuits and stuff really good. Man, they wasn't a motherfucking one there, and they was like, man, a whole bunch of them fucking people come in here a while ago, about 30 minutes ago, and bought all of it. They just bought all the shit. Like, man, these motherfuckers.
This is Labor Day. Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so a made up fucking holiday.
Yes, Labor Day, and I got to work.
Well, you don't have to work. You choose to work. You could not work. I mean, I'm working. I'm not taking it off, but I don't really have a choice either. I got.
It's just another fucking day to me. That's why if everybody puts too much importance on these random ass fucking holidays, it's just another fucking day. Shit don't change. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just
right. Look who made the holiday and created the whole holiday system. The federal government.
right? It's just a reason for fucking federal employees to not have to go to work. That's all it is. No mail. No, you know what I mean? It's fucking stupid. Banks closed.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
It was not designed to be giving us any kind of break from any labor.
All right. You want to celebrate the working man? Give a fucking tax break. Otherwise, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
Make it tax-free day or something. At least. Fuck.
I went over to the Beaver Liquors yesterday, the liquor store, and
Beaver Liquors, that's the name of it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
where you went, not what you did. I got you.
Yeah, it's an actual liquor store over there called Beaver Liquors. Because it's the road is actually Beaver Road. So they actually have a deal that it says Beaver, and then a little bitty small letters it has the RD, and then it says Liquors, and it's got a big old beaver on it with his tongue hanging out and shit. It's pretty cool liquor store actually. But
Yeah, you
I
showed
went
me
over
that
there.
decal in one of your videos.
I've got the they got stickers and shit they sell. I got one over there.
You need, yeah.
And so anyway, when I was over there, man, they got this. They got it. So I guess some companies got some new beer, or they got a new beer company or something, and it's like all American beer, and the can it's like red, white, and blue shit, and it talks on the side. It talks on the side of it about it. We're not a woke company, and all this. And I started to buy a 6-pack of it just to have it, but I was like, nah,
I saw some people drink it. They said it was good, but
Just
Wow.
think that from a collector's aspect, all this random shit, like if people still got signs and flyers that and posters, get vaccinated, this store shut down, because of 50, 60 years from now, 120 years from now, if your grandkids still have these random little, culture things, that's going to be the shit that's going to be worth money. You know what I mean? Like the American Pickers guys, like that's the kind of shit that they'd be looking for. You know what I mean? Just that little one-off cultural, because it marks an era. Just like if you look back to the Hyatt Ashbury days, a lot of that hippie shit, you know what I mean, is worth some money. You know what I mean? Some of that shit, it's the same kind of thing. Look at some of that shit like an investment. You know what I mean? Not for you, but for the grandbabies and kind of shit. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be forgotten history.
That's because the people who become of age at that time, who are shopping for stuff like that, are the ones who'll be buying it, because it's a little more like memorabilia to them, of that era, of the past. Kind of brings them back to their youth through materialistic things.
Yep.
I even got a Hillbilly Homestead sticker over there on my deal too.
shit, you don't
Damn,
say.
hillbilly.
Dang, dog.
I have one on the outhouse as a stand here line.
Well, Papa's, if you come to the meetup in October, I'll bring some with me. I still got a handful left.
What the hell am I going to do with that fucking shit?
I don't know what you're asking me.
Did you just blatantly invite somebody to the harvest party?
I thought he was.
He did.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it's not your job to think of who's going to be there and who's not.
Shit.
That's why I sent out individual invites, not a mass
Shit.
invite.
My bad. Oops.
Come on,
I
bro.
thought I could have swore I heard him say meet up in October. My bad.
Ghost is having a meetup in October.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right,
we
right.
got to meet up around Carolinas in October.
I'll get you a sticker, Papa.
All right.
Smoking them pots, man. Look at you.
My post office box is in my about section.
Roger.
I was going to invite you, though, Papas, to the harvest party, but I knew that you were too far away.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it to the camp out though next year. I'm already putting back funds for that.
We'll get to figuring that out here eventually.
Yeah, I hate that I can't go to the North Carolina between deer camp and all that driving, and I'm already gonna shit. I'm already looking at 3 tanks of gas at least. It's
Sophia B.
about $75-$80 a tank in my truck.
Hillbilly,
Yo.
smile. I'm just fucking with you. You look so sad and depressed right now, like a beat puppy.
No, I'm good. I'm high as fuck.
I told you not to smoke.
I know what you told me. I only smoked half of it. It's just, see, this is what I don't do though. Usually, is sit there and smoke, and just smoke, and just smoke. I usually smoke, and then I'm off, working off that high, and then I'll come back and smoke again.
I know that's exactly why I told you not to smoke it.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't listen to me. I'm trying to help you. It's fine. But if you're already halfway in, you might as well smoke the whole thing. You're committed now.
Is that a fucking challenge?
Yeah. Am I smoking by myself here? What the fuck?
Hell no.
We don't do that.
That's not happening.
I can't. I got
I know-
shit to do.
I
That's
know
why.
that was. I know, brother.
I ain't got nothing to do today but move brush.
And if I so choose, I got a fucking hammock right out there set up with my fucking name on it. That if I want to take a nap today, I can. Damn.
You see, why don't you set the camera
That's
up in
what-
front of
no.
the hammock and just do a hammock live? I used to do that shit all the time when I had the hammock up.
Damn. Hell yeah, Sophia. Two big ass window panels. 8 big ass window panels. Fuck yeah.
Damn.
I hear the fucking sirens, man. Them some bitches. I've heard more sirens this week.
Oh fuck yeah, girl. Good shit.
We will convert you, Joe. Don't worry. We'll bring you over to our side. Baby steps, bro. Baby steps.
Bro, have you ever seen these fucking videos where they take a hair dryer and they build a bowl out of fucking aluminum foil on the back, and then they put weed in it, and then they turn the blow dryer on and light it, and it fucking hot boxes?
Yeah,
Seen that
but
shit?
it destroys the fucking deal.
The hair dryer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you
Yeah.
get like see what sucks, because I did that with the inflatable mattress pump.
Yeah.
Put aluminum foil bowl on top, and I had the propane torch, the blue ones for soldering and shit. And I used that as the deal. You could fit about an ounce or so in there and just light it up all at one fucking time. But it fucking all the components inside those fans and shit are plastic, so eventually they start melting and fucking you get that plastic fucking
If you
you
aftertaste.
don't want to fucking.
if you want a good hitter, what you need to do is look around at all these yard sales and antique, these junk stores or whatever. Find you an airbrush kit, one of them airbrush kits, and on the end of it, because you can change out the nozzle on the end of it. If you find the right kind of ink pen, the metal end actually screws into that, and you can take and set a joint in there. You can put a joint in there and light it, and it'll fit inside that ink cap.
Right.
It'll slide in there, and you put it in there, and then when you push that button, it blows the smoke through, and it's just like blowing a shotgun, and that motherfucker will send a fucking smoke stream out about that far, dude. Like seriously,
Yeah.
you can just sit there and
Yeah.
just
We used to have
pass
them in the day, but they were made on a rubber, kind of like a oval shaped rubber thing that you take the cap off of, and you stick the joint on the inside and screw it back on, and you squeeze that some bitch, and it would blow you a shotgun. Matter of fact, that's what it was called, was the shotgun.
Well, we took it a step further, and he put a hose on it and ran it up to a gas mask. Man,
Yeah.
put that gas mask on and turn that sumbitch on, and it just
I got a gas mask somewhere.
You got to breathe your way out of the chamber.
Pipe attached to the mouth.
your face would disappear, man, in the smoke.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
We cooked. We used to make
Man, we used to
gravity
have the
bombs.
bong parties where you sit in a circle and you fucking everybody just lit up, and you took out of a tray in the center. You put your shit on a big tray in the center, and you just sit there fucking almost like a hookah party, but everybody had bongs back then. They were popular. The water bongs, they put liquor in it. They put ice cubes down in it.
The mission for this year's harvest party is we're going to get as many people as we can locked inside of the studio, and we're just going to we're going to see, like, I want it so thick I can't see my hand in front of my face kind of thing, and see who the last man standing is.
Yep.
Good times.
When I was younger, man, I was pretty talented and shit. I used to could take a real good hit, and then I could push like this, like I was peeing, and blow a shotgun out while I was getting a.
Backwoods over here blowing smoke rings with his booty hole.
No, with my.
Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's
Nope,
fun
I
just
like
to
my
let
version
him
better.
keep going and watch where his imagination goes. It's like a road map to his mind.
Right. Ohio, if you never would have had the surgery, you would have been invited to the harvest party. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Wouldn't have had the surgery. What?
Yeah. You didn't know Ohio was born a man?
I didn't know.
Well, apparently you're not as good of friends as we are.
It wouldn't matter. I mean, she's my friend.
She's my friend.
I don't even know what to say. I'm kind of scared to talk. I'm kind of scared to talk too much shit about her because she seems like the type of person that really will cut a motherfucker, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Let's see, how's this light gonna be?
See, look at that. You got perfect picture. Not a bit of brightness.
I'm out back now. Hang on. How's that?
Hey, get on and ride one of them horses.
Yep.
I'll get on and ride the fat one. She don't really move though. She tried to bite me the other day.
Let's see it. Let's make it happen.
Wow, let me get the wheelbarrow.
I want to see you ride that
Jump on.
donkey over there.
I'm
Jump
just
on.
glad that you have a
Yeah,
shirt on.
go
Thank
jump on that bureau and play Jesus. In a minute, you're
Damn.
gonna see Hillbilly come. He's gonna be jumping across the screen with a horse trying to kick him.
Man, if he gets on that damn horse and it like bucks him off and then bites him and shit, dude, that'll be,
Oh,
dude.
that would be
I'm
a perfect day.
I'll clip the shit out of that, man.
I
Hey,
can hear you.
what if he gets knocked out and the live stream never ends? It just keeps going, without a host.
My wife will be home soon.
She'll cut the camera off. Don't mean she's gonna wake you up.
They'd be too focused on you. The battery would just die, and your live stream would just go black.
Right. Let's see.
Like 5.5 hours later, the battery finally dies.
What happened to Backwoods? Oh, there it
Oh,
is.
this camera. I need to buy a new camera. But this one keeps working. I just have to fuck with it sometimes.
I think
I
all
guess
of the
it-
horses said no.
That horse is about to fuck him up.
Mm-hmm. See how that horse is sidestepping?
Pow! Look out! Reeve!
Hey,
Giddy up, motherfucker!
that horse is just like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Right? Horse like, fuck this shit.
You don't care. She's good.
That is not officially a ride.
That
Ride the
horse
donkey.
looking at him like, what the
Did we
fuck
just see
was
Hillbilly
wrong?
mount a
with you,
horse?
Ride the donkey. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
dude? Hillbilly didn't even do his favorite song.
Right.
He didn't save the horse and ride a cowboy.
He didn't fucking one-handed or nothing.
I know,
He's
right?
just right there.
None of that.
Talking shit, motherfucker.
What?
Talking shit.
Who?
Who?
Who? What are you, an owl?
Wait.
I can't go any further. I'll lose the Wi-Fi. So that's what it's getting. I'm going to clean horse shit.
Well, you have fun with that.
Right? Man, that's a boring day.
I guarantee you he does, Teresa. I guarantee you he does. That's not the first time Hilly Billy got high and just went out there and sat on a fucking bovine for no reason.
Yeah, you can see that horse was pretty used to that.
Mm. It's like, fine, I'll just take it. Let's get it over with.
Do it in front of your friends. I don't give a fuck.
I think I'm gonna get some more. I think when I'm out and about here in a little bit, I think I'm gonna get me some more baby back ribs, man.
I was looking at the rib prices the other day. Pork ribs are extremely fucking cheap. Like,
Yes,
super
they are.
Beef ribs are fucking ridiculous. I gotta say that.
Yeah.
Them baby back ribs I had the other day, that whole big old fucking slab of baby back ribs was only $9.
Oh, yeah.
So I think I'm gonna get some more of them, grill them out this evening. That'd be
I want to
good.
get to a point to where I can just go to a butcher, or I even have my own would be nice, but just literally a full slab of ribs, like completely uncut, just Flintstone fucking style on a spit. You know what I mean?
Right.
That
Well, I'm hoping like hell that when I leave deer camp and come to the harvest party, I'm gonna have a deer or two in the ice chest. We'll be eating deer meat up there.
That would be nice.
I'm if I don't go fishing, Sophia, even if I do go fishing, I'm gonna Ghost sent me that link, and I'm going to I'm gonna be on the live stream if I do go fishing, and even if I don't, I'm gonna be there tonight. I ain't gonna be canning though. But yeah, it's I'm gonna grill out some baby backs, and like I said, hopefully we see some deer, and I can get one in the ice chest or two, and we'll eat deer meat
Hell yeah.
there. I'll probably have that griddle with me.
Fresh back straps.
Hell yeah, we'll be eating good.
Hopefully the
How long
weather.
going to your deer camp back with?
Huh? Do what?
I just said, how long you been going to your camp, your deer camp?
This I think is the 18th year, 17th or 18th year. I went.
Have you come back any years without anything?
From deer camp. I've never had a year I've not killed at least 2 deer. And I mean, I kill at least 2 deer, and like last year I killed 3. I could have killed my limit. You can actually kill 6 deer in Arkansas, 2 bucks and 4 does, and the zone that I'm in, you can kill 2 does. So, I can kill 4 deer up there, and then I've got the property because it's in a different zone. I've got my parents' property, and then I've got 80 acres down the road from my parents' house that I can hunt. And I can kill 2 doe in there as well. So I've got an easy opportunity to kill 6 deer. It's just,
Hey,
fucking with
Hillbilly, Sophia B wants to know if you lubed your seal.
He ain't paying attention to us. You canning tonight?
Sophia wants to know if you got your test run on your canner.
No, not yet. I plan on doing it today, though.
Are you canning tonight?
I'm gonna try.
There is no try. It's only do.
There's no definite answer yet.
He's gonna freak himself out.
I had nothing to do with him freaking out last time.
Not a thing. Nothing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
nothing.
test run it on the outside electric burner.
I must say that was the first time I seen somebody sneak up on a canner, though.
Yeah, yeah. And it was a grown ass man on
Yeah, yeah.
you got 90-year-old women still out there canning like fucking gangsters.
Right.
Listen, you got to be tactical all the time. You don't pick and choose when you want to be tactical.
That one. I'll give you that one.
Okay.
Grandma said, "Fuck tactical." Came at that bitch like a beast.
She said what?
Yeah, I got your fucking ass.
She said
See, my
what?
neighbor can get, he's got enough land that he can get 9 deers a year just off his personal land. Because in Missouri anyway, you can, so many acres, you can get so many tags. You know what I mean? For
It's for nuisance. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nuisance. Yeah.
I am, but you got to have a minimum of 5 acres before you're eligible for your first tag. I only got 3 acres, so you know what I mean? But I want to start doing it eventually. I just don't want to I don't want to hunt where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. G-Mon Nana, I didn't have anything to do with that night. Just saying. No, yeah, they've got
That's what we're saying, Joe. We tried to tell, like, there's not, you got to purposely fuck up. It's got fail safes. We tried to explain it to him. Like, it's easy. It's extremely easy. I think Joe's a creator. Why the fuck isn't Joe up there canning with y'all? He's lives in a house full of women that need to go grocery shopping. Joe, get your fucking ass up there and do some canning.
It does put food back, Joe.
Ooh, I'm calling you out, Joseph.
Ohio. No, we don't want him to do that. He does it enough backstage, man, without.
Why would you say that?
Wait,
That might be the gayest
what
fucking thing you've ever said, Ohio.
What are you talking shit, motherfucker?
Not a so defensive. Jesus
All
Christ.
right. We were talking to Ohio.
Joe
And
says
who's
he's
this motherfucker he keeps talking about.
Can we get some kind of thing going to where we can like get Joseph some canning equipment? That way we can not have to hear the excuses. I'm just saying. How can we make this happen? I'm gonna get a hold of Loretta. We're gonna figure you out, Joe.
Damn. It's a boring ass day.
It really is.
I'm glad I bought some whiskey and some moonshine yesterday. I'm gonna drink more moonshines tonight, like I did last night. I didn't go to bed till 3 o'clock this morning, somewhere in there.
That makes for a long day.
You're too old for that, man. What's wrong with you?
I was having fun playing with the AI generator last night.
Oh yeah. Backwoods is helping me out with some things for the apocalyptic radio stuff, and it's pretty fucking sweet. It's pretty sweet.
Hell yeah.
I can do
So
some
what
more
software are you using, Backwoods, for editing?
clone AI. But
Clone AI?
yeah, you got to pay for it if you want. Like you can get one on the free part of it. You can get like one AI generation a week, and it's only a 10-second
Right.
clip. But I paid I don't know, it's 30 or 40 bucks for the app for a lifetime, and you get like
Yeah.
50. You get like 50 AI generations. I think it's a week when you pay for it, and because it's only 10-second clips, so to make a 1 minute, 2 minute video, you know what I'm saying, with all of it, man, you got to make a fucking ton of clips, like 50 or 60 of them
Yeah.
fucking things, man. It takes a while, because of getting them to fit right and all that shit. So it's kind of in depth. I don't know. Let's see. I got 1, 2. Let's see, 3, 6. I got 20. I got 20 different apps for
Jesus Christ.
all the shit that I do.
That's a lot of apps.
You pay
Yeah,
for all those?
Huh?
You pay for all those, or just that's all you have altogether?
No, that's what I have all together. I paid for about 4 of them, I think. Paid the lifetime memberships on them.
Andy learned some new tricks last night.
Yeah, I did.
Sure.
Because I didn't think it would do some of the stuff. Shorty, what's happening? I didn't think it would do some of the stuff that it actually did do. It actually turned out.
Is it the movement? Is the movement that catches its attention?
Yeah, yeah, because they have a picture thing on there where you can just transform a picture, and then they have a video part, and then they have this other deal. What was it called? It's the one that I did right after Mad Shad, where it kind of went with that beat music, and it was changing all kinds of shit. It's got that setting on it as well. It's like, it's called video, image, or deform. And then it's got all kinds of different stuff in there. You can change it. Then I got another one, which, let's see, I got one called Video AI as well, and it'll do some stuff. It'll make a 10, or I think it's 10-second clips as well. And like the ones last night, Hutch, I ran it through both of them apps because they have different things on them, So right. I ran that little video through one of the apps, through the Clone AI, and then I took and downloaded that and then run it through the Video AI on a different deal, and that's when you started getting all that. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
Oh yeah. Like there's some crazy fucking rabbit holes you can go down on some of that shit, man. I've had the same app from the very first video, and I'm still finding new fucking buttons on it.
Yeah.
I'll make some more of them off that video. I'm gonna experiment with some shit.
I'm playing with stickers. I'm exploring stickers now. So I'm gonna see what I can do with some of them fucking stickers.
Yeah, them two on that one video towards the end with the guy and the Snoopy.
Yeah.
Them were the stickers.
Yeah.
And then I ran them through the AI. Yeah, it's pretty.
There's fucking crazy shit you can do, man. It's just fucking time consuming as a motherfucker.
It really is. Hell,
you sit down and start playing with that stuff, you start burning up a lot of time, but you learn some shit.
Shit, I've sat down at 5-6 hours at a time working on shit.
That's how I have. Like yesterday, I did a good 6 hours on fucking Apocalyptic Radio, and that was just downloading them from the computer onto the lists, and then going through and finding just the first 10-second, 20-second, you know what I mean, piece to kick it off, and then fucking Then you got to go through all the songs, pick out this genre goes here. Okay, then I need to separate all these from the mood, the vibe, which one's line. You know what I mean? Like it's 6
Did
hours
you-
and I don't have a single song lined up. I just got.
Did you run that original video? Did you run that through Motion Leap?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured. When I first saw it, I was like, it looks like he's put this through Motion Leap.
I don't keep it on my phone because it takes up too much space. But whenever I need it, I'll download it real quick, make what I got to get, and then delete it again, uninstall it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ohio, our Hobby Lobby down at the big public, it had a bunch of shit. Because I bought shit from Hobby Lobby several times, and so I get the email from them when they're doing clearances and shit, and they have some shit on clearance. But I've already pretty much got everything that Hobby Lobby has, except I do need some more leather because the Ozark Trail 11-inch knife that I brought and gave it away. I ordered 2 more of them last night, and I'm gonna use I'm gonna keep the sheath that comes with it. It's that hard, whatever that stuff's called, and it's got the Kydex insert. I'm gonna keep that, and then I'm gonna sew leather to it. You know what I'm saying? Like make a leather sheath holder, and I'm gonna put this on it. It's that ferrule rod that Tribe sent.
Right. Yeah.
Real nice ferrule rod. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna add that to it. Make some pretty cool shit. But they're gonna be mine. I ain't giving them away. I've gave away so many of that shit. My cousin, a buddy of mine,
Right.
and I don't have any hatchets or anything that I've redone, for my own self. You know what I'm saying? I gave it all away. So I'm about to make me some stuff. I'm gonna make a whip too. Cat of 9 tails whip. Sure am.
It's almost take
Don't
a
get so
nap
busy
at
attention.
right?
Wait, what? Do what, Hutch?
I said it's almost take a nap in the hammock weather right now.
Nap in a hammock. I heard that. Yeah, sounds good to me.
I don't if I'm gonna
Backwoods is making leather thongs, and I am sending him rabbit skin for the cod piece.
I was just gonna say I've never really cared much for the clothing stuff. It's just either you got all your clothes on or get naked. I mean, it's all that.
You just can't be out there flopping in the wind. You got to go at least Adam and Eve style. Tarzan with the loincloth at least. Ain't nobody trying to see all that.
Eh,
What if you get snagged on
Oh,
a sticker push or something? You know what I mean?
it's happened. You just gotta fucking tough it out, man.
Ain't no reason to be that tough.
I am.
Get you some damn paracord in a damn fig leaf.
No video or it didn't happen. I'm just saying. Who wants to see a naked backwoods running through a sticker bush to see how tough he is?
I ain't doing that shit. I'm
You
not.
just said that you were that tough.
Yeah, but I mean, it's. I'm not stupid. I'm just saying, hot candle wax is more appealing.
I know, right? It's like I still
Hey, y'all
see a
started.
thong involved in that candle.
Y'all started it.
You didn't start a motherfucking thing. You better take accountability for your actions, sir.
I'm just going with the flow of the live stream, man.
We were talking about I can't even remember what the fuck we were talking about. It was more than 20 seconds ago, so don't expect miracles.
All started when Hillbilly got on that horse.
No, I'm now that it's starting to cool down, man. I'm fixing to. I did some stuff over there on my leather table last night, just kind of cleaning some stuff up and getting stuff ready. Now that it's cooling down in the evening, I want to start working on some leather stuff again. I ordered them 2 knives, and they said they had them in stock and that they were ready. You know, they pulled them from inventory, and so I can go pick them up today. It was after 11 o'clock, they said, man. So I'm gonna go pick up them 2 knives, and I'm gonna buy another one of them hatchets, I think, when I'm there, and make myself a hatchet. Got some ideas, some stuff over there. I'm gonna make me one, and over the next few days, and we'll see where it goes from there.
This weekend, I'm going to sit down and finally bust out the new rotary thingy and start working on this gourd lamp. See if I can't get that thing dialed in. I got to build up my inventories. I got cardboard stuff, gourds, and pallet stuff is what I'm going to be doing for crafts and shit this year.
Hell yeah.
I want to start. I'm gonna start making me a sheath for this too. My spear.
I mean, a real friend would give that to his YouTube buddy for his birthday. I'm just saying.
Oh, did you say something? I'm sorry.
I said that'd be fun to take hog hunting, is what I said.
Oh. Somebody's got some weight to it.
Pick a topic, y'all. I'm sitting here fucking ready to doze off. Hillbilly's not entertaining in the very least. Backwoods is a degenerate, and and Papa's hasn't got a chance to say anything yet.
Nope. Still waiting for the moment to be right.
Joe said he never been hunting before. Man. I killed my first deer. I think I was 9 or 10 years old. My uncle took me out there and put me in a deer stand. Doe come out there, and I busted her ass with a 12 gauge. Old slug gun.
God damn it.
I've been killing the hell out of deer ever since.
Hillbilly, entertain us. Pep us all up. We're tired and just kind of blah. Bring some new life into this fucking this live stream. No pressure though.
Do it.
No pressure. Fuck, I'm high as shit. And I'm ready for a nap.
You smoked too many pots.
Hold him not to. Y'all were here. Hold him not to.
I did. I'm thinking about running to the store and getting me an energy drink.
That seems like a bad thing to do. If you
Why?
can't live stream, you sure as fuck shouldn't be driving.
I know, right?
Why are you putting people in public at risk for your? That makes no sense. Come
For
on,
your
man.
incompetence.
No. No.
Sophia.
Stop it, Sophia. Too early.
He has to run to the liquor store and get him a 6-pack of Bud Light, and he'll do the twerk for you later.
It's the afternoon for you. Make,
okay.
I mean, you can rant or you can twerk.
You can't do that.
10 seconds, big screen. That's all you got
He
to do.
hasn't lubed his rim yet.
Right?
No.
Why do you run from the people, man?
What do you mean run from the people? Why? What? That makes no sense. Because I
These
don't
are the
want to
people
get
that
angry.
support your channel, and they're asking for favors.
No,
I
they're
mean,
not.
all three of us have danced for the camera at one point because the chat has asked for it. I mean, you got to earn your stripes
Brown
somehow.
chicken,
How
brown
about you
cow.
go prove it?
Sometimes, Daddy.
I earned my stripes. I don't need to shake my ass. That's
Okay.
on my own. That's on my OnlyFans.
Oh, so only if they pay
Joe
for
Morgan
it.
wants to know what the Connecticut twerk is too.
People said throw out your Cash App. They'll pay you $5.
I don't have Cash App. I should though, right?
G Monana, I field dress and quarter up, and sometimes I cut up the deer and package it myself. To be honest with you, by the time you pay for all the shit, and it takes a while, and the mess that it makes, it's like $100 to get it. You take it up there. There's some Mennonites up there where they have a slaughterhouse, and you can take your deer there, and it's like $100, and they do the you don't even have to skin it. Like, you just gut it. That's all you have to do, and you take it to them, and it's like $100, and there's a whole bunch of them damn Mennonites in there, man. Them motherfuckers. I was watching them, dude. They was fucking knocking some deer out quick, son. It was tripping me out. I was like, God dang, man. They was
One of those kind of places though where you're worried you're going to get are you going to get the deer that you brought in, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
yeah, they're pretty. They've got like a tagging process and everything, and they. Because they got a great big old window there when you go into the office, and you can watch them what they're doing, and you could see them take that tag, and bring it to there, and then they would, like sack it up, and I was sitting there watching them. It's pretty good.
Hunting's not supposed to be about sport. At least I don't think it is.
Didn't see much sport in it. Well, up until just a couple of years ago, I never sat in a deer stand. None of that shit. I like to do what's called spot and stalk, and basically sneak up on the deer. And that's how I've killed deer all my life. And then, to be honest, last couple of years, because it had been so dry. Every time you go up there, man, it's hard to you can't hardly go through the woods without making a lot of sound. And
Right.
so the last couple of years, just because it was so dry during that time, I mostly just been sitting on a deer stand. A lot easier.
Do you have like a lot of like small local guys that butcher deer as well, or is it just the Mennonite?
Well, no, there's several places you can take a deer and get it quartered, cut up, and with the good. But the Mennonites, why I like them is because they've got the ham when you do the burger, they've got them real nice packaging, and it and it tells what it is and all that, and they put the date on it and shit, and it's they're pretty professional there. And
I'd like to find a walk-in cooler type setup so I could do that here, and it would help with the chickens too. But because we used to have like small butcher shops around here that would do it, and when COVID hit, they fucking stopped. They just stopped doing deer butchering. So I've heard a lot from like the last year to year and a half that people are having a hard place finding, people to butcher their deer.
See, my buddy was just talking about that. Well, he's been talking about that a while. Is he wants to start a business to where it's It's basically like a storage unit, but for tiny little butcher stations. That way you can leave it there, you know what I mean, for like 2 weeks to cure and all, you know, like everything, one stop shop. And we were talking about that. Like if you could find a used reefer trailer, almost like one of them small 28-foot box trucks that got the reefer on it, that run on regular gasoline. You can even find the ones that run on propane. You could
Yep.
have your fucking freezer truck, like, you know what I mean? Just take it off the fucking axle, drop that bitch down like a shed. You got you a fucking
Yeah. Set it on like a gravel bed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fucking pretty good idea.
that way. You know what I mean? Easy done. It's already contained. All you got
Can
to
you
that bitch.
can you regulate the temperatures on those, or is it like a set temp?
To a certain degree, you can. Some of them you can. Some of them they're kind of stuck at a. You know what I mean? And it a shit ton of different brands, so it's hit and miss. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's a really good fucking idea, man. I didn't really think about it. I've been looking for like, you know, businesses that are closing down and shit, and they might have like an outside fucking walk-in unit or something like
Hell,
that.
you can go if you check in some of these places that sell the semi trailers, even in the places that sell semis and shit like that. You can find a 50-foot semi trailer with a reefer on it for about $1,500. All you got to do is figure out a way to get it to you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like they're not crazy expensive at all. Because I mean, if you got the means to do so, if you get a 50-foot trailer with a reefer, you get something to raise the front up, cut off the landing gear, raise the back up, cut off the axles, set that bitch on the ground. You get a big chunk of your money back just from scrapping the shit you got, or you get quality material. You know what I mean?
Do that. Yeah, for me, 50 foot's way too big. I'd be looking for like you were saying, like a box truck or something that's got, you know, a fucking maybe 20-foot box on it, 25-foot.
Yeah.
You can always get you some stainless steel tables to slide inside of it too, and set up a little operation inside of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man.
Get some water.
Put you a meat hook right in the middle of the deal, draining the floor.
Put in a fucking rail system so you can slide them fucking all up and down the fucking whole set. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that works too, because like if you got to cure bacon, because bacon's got to cure for a while, doesn't it?
It's like 30 days, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. So you know what I mean, shit like that, boom.
Yeah. I mean, shit. If I had the means to do it, like I would age my venison a lot longer than I do, but I hang my shit outside, so I'm at the mercy of the weather and trying to regulate that time and temperature. But shit, I would fucking age my venison for at least 2 weeks if I had a refrigerator unit.
Right. And then
we usually
straight in the floor to catch all that blood and all the shit that washes down. Boom, straight into the compost.
Yep.
Everything gets used.
If we have if the temperature is like 40 and below, they say 45, but we just on the safe side, if the temperature up there is 40 or below, we'll skin our deer and then just leave the silver on them, you know, and we'll just let them hang for like 3-4 days, and then we'll quarter them up. We'll remove that because that silver will you know, it gets hard and it's a lot easier to get off there, and then we'll quarter them up from there. We'll let them hang, but we don't always have that option though, because sometimes it'll get up to like 60 degrees during the day, and so we'll let them hang that morning. We'll let them hang overnight when it's cold, when it's down 40 degrees or whatever. Hey, independent. And then once the deer are we'll get up and go hunting the next morning, and then when we get back from hunting, about 10 o'clock, we'll go ahead and skin the quarter the deer up and shit.
Yep, I agree 100%. They let that skin on the outside harden up, and then I use a fillet knife to cut all my silver skin off and shit, so it comes off way easier.
Well,
like Sophia said, mobile butchering, man. I've checked into it. There's not many places that do that around here, but I feel like it would be a good thing to set up and do. Look at what I did pretty good on those chickens, and somebody brought those to me the other day.
Well, once if we can only let them hang for like overnight like that, then what I'll do is let them sit in the ice in the ice chest for about 3 to 4 days.
Yep.
And each day I'll keep putting new ice on it and draining the blood water out, and it'll help bleed the deer for you, so that you get that wild game taste out of it.
Yep. I used to have a setup where I had a old refrigerator, and we screwed in hooks from at the top of the refrigerator. We just emptied the whole thing out, the bottom drawers and all that, and we screwed in hooks at the top, or eyelets, and then we would hang it in that refrigerator.
Would you be able to even do a mobile butcher shop up there in Connecticut? Because then you'd have to get like a business license and have all kinds of fucking health and safety standards and shit.
FDA approvals.
Well, see that. Well,
licenses.
yes and no. I mean, if you're going to do it as a business, you got to at least get your LLC and your business license. But as long as if you're doing butchering for somebody that's using it for personal use, or gifting it to other people, you don't have to be USDA certified. But if you're going to do it and it's going to be up for resale, then it has to go all through the USDA bullshit, which I want nothing to do with.
When you kill a deer, hillbilly, do you whistle at it to get it to look at you when you shoot it?
Sometimes.
I always do, man. I believe if I'm gonna take its soul, man, I want it to be looking at me.
Well, I never got that deep, but when I shoot a deer, I do thank the deer. I do thank it for giving its life to me. You know what I mean? I do that every time.
I don't. I make it look at me, and then when I shoot it and it dies, I walk over and kick the shit out of it and be like, "You dumb motherfucker!"
Dance on top of it while it's squirming.
Yeah.
Is that before or after it's licking the salt block that you put down for it?
I don't feed deer. I never have. That's the only. Let me rephrase that. The only time that I do have one deer feeder, and I only set it up for my kids. You know what I'm saying? So that I could take my kids hunting, and we had a deer feeder. Other than that, I don't have a deer feeder on my spot.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'm thinking about getting some salt blocks and some deer feed to put in the property behind mine, just to ensure that they're always there.
I mean, you could even use a bag of like sweet feed. They like the
recommendation for a good trail cam. I have no idea. I don't know trail cams by brand or anything. I think anything pretty much nowadays is pretty decent, right?
Yeah.
As far as trail cams?
No. If the $30 deer cams suck. They are $30 deer cams. They malfunction. We do have 2 or 3 deer cams up there. Trail cams up there because we want to know what's there and what's coming in and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, I bought a couple. They had a couple of them at this one store. It was like $25, and they're like $32 at Walmart or something like that. And they had them for $25, and I bought a couple of them and took them up there. Neither one of them lasted the whole year. They just broke, quit working.
Well, you get what you pay for, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one that I bought at a sporting goods store like 8 or 9 years ago, and that thing still works good. I think I paid like $70 for it.
My neighbor's got them set up all over his front yard and his backyard and pastures and shit. I think he said he paid like $85, $90 a pop for them deals. They text his phone, they save it on a memory card, all that shit.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I'd like to treat myself to the ones that send it to my phone.
But this was pre-Biden times. You know what I mean? Is that the trail cam picture?
No, that's from my phone.
Oh.
See, can y'all see that buck right there?
Hang on.
He's right there.
Yeah.
Yep, see him?
Yeah.
You don't see no feeders there.
That's live feed right now?
No. That was
No, that's a video back
yeah,
we did a while back.
yeah. That's the deer. That's deer season
Yeah, I remember
right there, and you can see. You can see. Let me move it around here if it'll. Yeah, see, that's where I look. That field right there, that's Missouri. So this tree line has a fence going down it, and it crosses into Missouri once you go across that once you go across out of that tree line.
Yeah.
And all them deer, you know, and yeah, you don't see no feeder nowhere up there.
They come off that feed. Well, I didn't say feeder. I said salt block, but
Yeah, I don't.
What's in that field back there? Hay, or do they grow shit?
Yeah, they hay it.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah, you can see the field. See, there's a deer right there.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's that field in Missouri right there. So that's
What was
that's
that? That was with the sorry.
Go ahead.
That was with the muzzle loader.
No, that I was using my AR-10
Hey, Lady Smith.
308.
What's up, Lady Smith?
All I know is we need better security. If we just let deers randomly walk into our great state of Missouri from fucking Arkansas, there needs to be more stipulation or fucking regulation. Because it no, you keep your fucking Arkansas deer in Arkansas.
So what is the law there if you shot a deer in Arkansas and it went over the fence and died in Missouri?
I can go get it.
It counts where it gets hit, right?
Yeah, it's because like I've had them a couple of times. I've had it a couple of times to jump the fence. You know, they'll run a little bit and jump the fence and die, and I've had to drag them back under that fence a couple of different times. So the law, you know, there's a blood trail, and I can prove that I shot it there, and you know, follow the blood trails to over there. It's the same way as on private property as well. If you shoot a deer and it goes to private property, you call the game warden and say, hey, you know, look, I've shot a deer and he ran a little ways and he's went over onto private property, and they'll come there, and then you can show them your blood trail. They'll walk with you.
My neighbor did that a couple years ago. I had to get the game warden out here to fucking trail it down with him and shit. Freaked me the fuck out. I'm like, what is going on here?
Right.
Here.
You have to call the game warden. You can't just contact the landowner.
It's best to call the game warden. Like,
Got
seriously.
Yeah. No, I got you. It covers your
But
ass.
that's the rare instance that you know the landowner. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
a rare instance that you know the landowner.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, because you could get some asshole over there and you're like, hey, you know, you go knock on his door and be like, I shot a deer. I can show you where.
My deer.
Yeah, and he'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then while you're trying to get the game warden there and shit, he goes out there and gets the deer.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that shit's happened before. So it's best to just call the game warden, man. They'll come out there. They'll gladly come out there and help you get your deer and shit, you know.
Yeah. So this is like a little bit different like lane, but like kind of similar, right? So I looked at buying land in New Hampshire a few years ago, and we were trying to find out about like taxes and posted land and hunting land and all that shit. And like the way New Hampshire worked was, like, let's say you bought a 10-acre lot, right? If you posted that 10-acre lot as private property, no trespassing, you got taxed on that whole 10-acre lot. If you only posted some of it and left the rest of it unposted, and if I get this a little screwed up, and anybody's from New Hampshire, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you don't post your land, it's considered public land, and you can you can like openly hunt that land. You can fucking go hiking on that land or whatever, with no fucking permission, no issue.
Yeah, it's purple paint. Purple paint is the universal "don't come in here" fucking sign. So if you got purple flags or purple paint painted on trees, that's universal private property. Fuck off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Arkansas, actually, during hunting season, Arkansas has a law that because a bunch of that shit was going on, people were just hunting on people's land and shit, and there was a lot of trouble because there's a lot of rednecks here, man. They'll fucking shoot your ass. There was some shootouts and shit. So the game and fish basically went in, and if you hunt on someone else's land, it's not your land. You have to you have to have a note from the landowner that gives you permission to hunt on that land. And it's a pretty hefty fine if you're caught on someone's land without a permission. So it did curtail a lot of that shit about people hunting on other people's land. But the purple paint, that's the game and fish suggest, if you don't want people on your land to put purple paint.
Yeah.
And once you do that, it's a no-go zone.
Never heard of that here. But what our fucking fish and game department did, probably 10 years ago now, right? Like for private land, you always had to get a permission slip signed that was issued by the DEP, but it didn't take responsibility off of the homeowner or the property owner if something happened. So they completely rewrote the law. And now when the landowner signs the permission slip, it negates all liability to the person that they give permission to. So if they fall and get hurt, whatever the fucking case happens, you know what I mean? They can't come back and sue the landowner because they tripped on a rock and broke their arm on their property while they were hunting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much like that here. They'll pretty much tell you you were stupid and you got to take responsibility for your own fucking actions.
Because that's why a lot of people used to not allow you to hunt their land, is not because they didn't want you to shoot the deer, is because they were responsible for you if something happened. So them rewriting that law actually kind of helped the hunters, because private land owners are a little more acceptable to letting you hunt their land now.
I just don't want, say I want to be out walking my land one day. I don't want to have to worry about getting shot in the fucking face on my own property by some trespassing son of a bitch who doesn't know boundaries. You know what I mean? That's what freaks me out about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
See you, Ohio.
See you later, Ohio. Thanks for hanging out.
Good day to your face.
Ohio.
Yeah, and any private land that I've ever hunted, man, I'm always in full communication with them. Hey, I plan on going this day between this time, so they know when I'm out there, when I'm not out there, and you communicate with them.
When we got this place, you could tell, even when we came to check it out a few times before, you know what I mean, we got things situated. The people were using this as a fucking spot to go hunting. I found so many goddamn spent shells laying out here in the fucking shit, you know what I mean? Because the deer highway's right there. So it took us a couple years to chase some motherfuckers off. Nah, you ain't hunting here no more. Done. Over.
Right.
Yeah, that's a fucked up ordeal, man, because people, you come in and buy some land, and people, the locals or whoever, has been hunting there for years, and it's sometimes people get a little huffy over that shit, and it's motherfucker, I bought this fucking land. If you wanted to keep hunting there, it was for sale. You should have fucking bought it, get the fuck out of here. It's
rent free.
Well, I know that a buddy of mine, he went and got that flu shot, man, 2 days before hunting, opening morning of gun season. And I told him, don't do it, man. You're going to get sick. I'm telling you. Sure enough, man, motherfucker calls me opening morning. He's like, bro, I'm fucking sicker than a dog. I said, I told you, man, don't get the fucking flu shot, man. And anyway, so I went on hunting at our spot. Well, when I got there was a fucking four-wheeler parked right there where in the woods, part where I go up in there. I had a ground blind set up there, because it was only about 40 acres up there. So, I didn't have much room to hunt. So I had a little ground blind set up. Man, I looked. I was like, fuck, man, I don't want to approach somebody, by myself here in the woods. These motherfuckers got, because they got high-powered rifles, man, And so I called my buddy, And he's like, well, fuck, I'm not that. He said, I'm not that sick. You know, come get me. And I went and got him, and we approached him from two different angles, you know, and was hollering at him and shit. And dude got a little huffy that one time. I had my pistol, you know, and he was up in a climbing stand, and he was like, you know, he was like, man, this is our, we've got written permission to be on this property. He said, I've been hunting this property for yada yada years, you know. And we're like, no, you hadn't, because we've been hunting it for the last 10. We've never fucking seen you, you know. Don't fucking try to lie. I mean, you know. And dude got huffy, man, and he fucking raised his rifle up like that, man. I fucking grabbed that pistol and I put it at the low ready, and I was like, bro, I'll blow you out of that fucking deer stand if you raise that fucking rifle. And he just kind of looked at me, and my buddy was like, man, he ain't fucking kidding. He'll shoot you dead, bro, right here. Right. Best you just hook that string up. So he hooked the string up and he lowered his rifle down. And so he climbs down from that climbing stand, you know, and he gets his backpack and his gun and all that. And he walks over to his four-wheeler and he starts getting on his four-wheeler. And I said, hey, man, you need to get your deer stand. You're not coming back. And he said, well, I'll come get it later. And I said, no, you'll get it now, or I'm taking it home with me. If you don't take that deer stand with you now, you just lost it. It's mine.
It won't be here.
Right.
And he just looked at me, and he was sitting on that four-wheeler, and he reaches down and grabs that gun, because I'd already holstered my pistol at that time, you know, and I fucking pulled my pistol out and I said, that's it, dude. I swear to God, if you touch that fucking rifle again, I'm gonna fucking kill you right here. And my buddy was like, man, he was telling me, Billy, calm down, man, calm down. And I was like, no, fuck that shit, man. The motherfucker come up here on our fucking property, lying, and then he's gonna act pissy and like, you know, because he kept telling us we fucked his deer hunting up. I said, you fucked my deer hunting up, you know. And man, I fucking pulled that pistol out and I was sitting there like this with it at, you know, like I was pointing it right at the bottom of his four-wheeler, you know. And I was like, dude, I'm telling you, I'm fixing to kill you right here. And man, he goes, he kind of put his hands up and I said, and he said, can I put the rifle on the gun rack? And I said, you better do it very fucking carefully. And he grabbed the gun, you know, and set it up on the gun rack on the four-wheeler and strapped it down. And so I told him, I said, man, we're going to follow you out of here to make sure you fucking leave. And I said, I'm telling you, you better not come back, dude. And so we get to the top of the hill right there where it's still on our property. And he stops and he gets off the four-wheeler. And I said, what the fuck you doing? He goes, well, man, my buddy's up here and right up here. And he was sitting in his buddy was sitting in my buddy's fucking deer stand. Man, dude, I was so fucking pissed, dude. Because that was opening morning of gun season. You know what I'm saying? You know, and oh man, yeah, I was gonna plant that motherfucker, man, for real. If he would have turned that rifle towards us, I was gonna plant his ass right there.
See, that's the problem I've always noticed is, like, my uncles and them, like, whenever they went hunting, it was either state parks or, you know, private, like, fields and shit, like hundreds of acres, you know what I mean? And in the middle of nowhere kind of shit. Like, they knew the people that they were, you know, the neighbors and all that shit. But there's always that group of motherfuckers that thinks, oh, everything's just public land. I can just walk and do whatever I want. And it's, no, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
It's just not free range. Okay, this looks like a good spot. Let me set up. You know what I mean? No.
Yeah. All the damn areas out here where we're at, it's got purple paint on the trees. It's visible from the road because the trees come up right to the road and you can see it when you're going down the main drive. Don't fuck around out here on any of these places because these people look at it more as just, that's your warning to don't hunt here. It's like, if I catch you out here, I'm going to be armed and it's not going to end nicely. We're not calling the sheriff. We're going to dispute it right here.
Yeah, because if you get to the point you're like, did you not see the purple paint? That it's fair game.
Yeah, exactly.
You get what you got coming to you.
Yeah.
The purple paint is essentially your warning shot.
As far as I know, the purple paint's universal, right? Or at least
Yeah,
American.
yeah, it's purple.
It
Yeah,
is
purple
here.
paint.
Yeah, everybody knows what the fucking purple paint means.
Yep.
You can go to the hardware store and they got the ribbon. You can buy the roll of ribbons to tie around trees and shit.
Yep.
Yeah, that shit, them ribbons,
You can't rely on that ribbon. Yeah.
it'll have to, because people can cut it off and hide it and shit and be like, oh, there wasn't no fucking purple ribbons here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You both use both of them.
We just do the purple paint, up there at our deer lease. We
say
put
about
purple
a foot wide stripe all the way around the tree.
Yeah, it's supposed to be every so many feet to basically where it's visible from, like if you're standing at one purple paint, it's supposed to be visible to the next one. But we just go down through there and just like it's like almost a purple stripe down through there. It's like, just come down through there and paint a bunch on the trees. It don't harm the trees.
I need to do that this winter. I need to go out and get some shit, line up the back of the property and shit.
Hell, buy some purple paint when we come up there and for the party, and we'll go around out there, and because I'll be there a day or so early, so we'll go out there and paint all the trees up.
Tag the tree line.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it won't be no big deal. With a couple of us there.
Yeah. Tags
Well,
the trees, bro.
What are you making, Hillbilly?
Tomato sandwich.
A who sandwich?
Tomato.
Oh, tomato. I got you.
Nice yellow tomato out of the garden.
Watch as we observe a hillbilly in his natural habitat.
Boy, this hillbilly over there, as you watch him spread the mayonnaise ever so softly in his natural habitat.
Only the Hellmans, eh? Only the Hellmans.
Hellmans?
Miracle Whip. If it ain't Miracle Whip, it ain't nothing.
Oh, if it ain't Duke's, man, it ain't mayo.
We don't have Duke's.
Don't the yellow tomatoes give you runs?
No.
I don't see how y'all can eat just a butt naked tomato sandwich. That's some fucking nasty shit.
Tomato, mayonnaise, salt.
That's no.
Done. On potato
Gotta
bread.
put some pepper on that too, man.
You can keep all that nonsense. Where's the meat? Where's the turkey? Where's the chicken? Come on, man.
Tomato sandwich.
You're over here eating like a goddamn vegan.
Yeah, I can't wait for deer season, man. Get some impressed backstrap. I still got some in the freezer over there. That's what I ought to do. I ought to thaw out some backstrap for this evening. But damn, them baby back ribs I cooked the other day were so fucking good, man.
If you got ribs, I vote ribs over. You know what I mean? Like if there's ribs there, eat the ribs.
Well, I don't actually have the ribs here. I thought when I go out to get them,
go buy some.
Well, I got to go pick up the knives. So when I ain't buying the ribs from Walmart. I'll buy them from Cost Saver down there. And once I go out, to pick up them knives here in a little while, then I'll run down to Cost Saver and get some. They got some packaged baby back ribs that they're not like Smithville or none of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They're from local farmers,
right,
and shit. So, man, they was good.
I might have to hit the grocery store up later and go ahead and grab some fucking ribs and slow cook them bitches for a couple hours. That sounds pretty good.
Hell yeah, man. Those ones I made for my cookout a couple weeks ago were fucking delicious. They devoured them.
I know them ones I had. They were 2 ribs left the next day. Between me and my boy, we fucked them ribs up, man. There was only 2 left the next day. I ate them up. They were still juicy after being in the refrigerator. I just put them in the microwave for like 10 seconds, and then turn them. Put them for 10 seconds and turn them. Just enough to get it warm. Because if you do that 40, 50 seconds, a minute, it makes them rubbery and shit. So if you do them in 10-second intervals, yeah, it
Hey,
keeps them
guess what? I don't want to be here anymore.
later.
Bye.
Yeah, with the wagon races
go-
going on here,
Yeah.
there's several of them fucking smoke trucks. Them smoke trailers.
Yeah.
They sell the smoked chicken and smoke all that. But god dang, man, I went down there the other day to one of them, and I bought me and my son both some smoked brisket with the fixings and stuff. It was $53 fucking dollars, man.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
For just you and your son?
yeah.
Jesus.
That's why I said, man, I ain't visiting them motherfuckers no more. I'd promised him we would. Well, he likes that smoked brisket, and I do too. But I'd promised him, because we'd worked really hard that week and got a whole bunch of shit done. We had a couple of calls out of the blue, to can you come do this? Can you come mow my yard real quick? Yada yada, kind of thing. And so I promised him we would go to one of them and get some smoked brisket. When I walked up there, and it was like $22, $21 a plate or something like that, I was like, motherfucker.
Right. Little sticker shock.
So it wasn't no big deal. I went ahead and bought it because I promised it to him. But we so this time like I said, I'm gonna go and get the baby back ribs and grill them.
Nice. I might go run and get some too. Now you got me fucking thinking.
Man, I'm telling you, them.
Right. I got a rack of beef. I got a rack of beef ribs in the deep freezer right now. I'm thinking about going sit in the sink.
Man, get that grill, because I just use a gas grill, man. I don't fuck with charcoals, man. I can charcoal grill like a motherfucker, man. But for them little, especially because a lot of times, like of an evening, I'll make some burgers or something like that, and it's nice to have that gas grill. Just go out there and turn the fucking fire on, and when you season it well, it still tastes good as shit. You can tell it's grilled, and but what I like to do is turn my fire all the way up on all 3 of the burners, and let it just sit there with the lid on it, and let it sit there for about 10 minutes like that till it gets real fucking hot, and then I lay them baby backs down on top of it like that, or they sizzle and shit, and leave them on there for about 5 minutes like that, and then flip them over for about 5 minutes. Let it kind of sear it, and then I turn the fire down and run them for about an hour and 10 minutes, something like that. Flipping them over from time to time, and it gets that good crust on the outside, boy. Son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Good, sweet. All right, y'all. 14 of y'all in here. Been like 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm pulling the plug on this one. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming back. Appreciate y'all.
Peace
All right,
out,
everybody.
y'all.
Have a good day.
We'll see you next time. Oops, wrong button. That's the button we want there. Peace.